Hey guys, shooting for fun here. Hey, I apologize for this video here. My camera's acting up there, a little glitchy there for some reason. But bear with me there, we'll get through it. Um, Video we're going to do today is the disassembly and cleaning of this little guy right here. This is our Ruger Mark IV, so 2245 version. And one of the first things you want to do is you want to make sure the magazine is empty. The chamber is empty, so the gun is cleared and safe. Magazines are empty. Okay, that should satisfy all the nuts out there with nothing better to do in life than to try to nitpick videos. So you always want to make sure your gun is safe and be safe when you work on them. Okay, now a couple of the things that I really like about this gun and a couple of things I dislike. This is the 2245 version. And the major differences are they make the standard version, which has the tapered barrel, it gets smaller toward the end. They make the target version, which is pretty much just like this, except the grip frame part is an aluminum alloy or a steel alloy rather than polymer. Okay, this one is a few ounces lighter just for that reason. And it comes with the plastic grip handles. Now you can buy the wood grip handles in different colors and patterns and stuff like that. There's a lot of them out there available for these. The one thing that I don't like is, number one, the magazine safety. A lot of people don't like that. A lot of people take those out. The magazine disconnects out of there. But it does have to have the magazine in to be able to fire the gun. One of the things that I really dislike about this is if you look at the gun, you got your safety here. And if you can see, there's a little red dot in there. That means fire. And if you push it up, and it is an ambidextrous safety. Got the gun on the left and the right. Now notice that when you click it up, you look down here, there's a little white portion right there. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Might be easier to see on this side. You can see a little white down there, where if you push it down, you got the red. Okay. Now, the thing about that is it will only, to be able to take the gun down, you have to have the safety in the up position. Now, this gun will not let you put the safety on unless it is racked. Okay. If we're going to put a blank magazine in, if you fire the gun, okay, and now if you watch, the safety will not go up. Okay, notice it's got the red there. Try to push it up, you don't get to the white. Okay, so the safety will only engage once the slide is racked. So unless you have particularly, a chambered round or an empty round chambered. Okay, so when you pull it back, it does have the slide lock feature. The slide release, it's a little stiff. Of course, this is a brand new gun. Everything's really tight on stuff, but it is sticks out pretty good to get your hand on it there, and it does release good. So what you do is you drop the magazine. Now this magazine, if you watch it here, see it shoot it out. It's spring assisted. There's a little plunger right here. I don't know if you can see that, but it's spring assisted. And that sits right on this part of your magazine. So when you push that magazine release, it drops it out for quicker reloading. Okay. So what we're going to do is, now that we have our I'm cocked here, we can push our safety up. You got this little button right here on the back. And what that does is, if you push that button, you grab the front of this, there's a little pin, a little row pin right through here that the barrel sits on. You push that in, you rock your barrel up, and the whole barrel receiver and everything will come off. And then your bolt will just pull out. So your receiver, barrel, it's all one piece. There's your recoil spring, and all you have to do is just kind of pull up on that. Now it is kind of slided right here in the front, and then you can just pull that out. Okay. So there it is. That's all that there is to it. Got your grip frame piece. And this is the part that goes up and it locks into your barrel right there. Okay, so if you wanted to put this back together, you put your guide rod back in. I'm sorry, guide rod. Yeah, guide rod. For your recoil spring. If I can. And it'll just sit down on there. And kind of push that over a little bit to get it down in there good, but it just kind of sits on there. Put your bolt back into the receiver. And you've got this little piece right here. You can see that where it's cut out right there. That little notch is where it sits. So what you do, and then those holes right there, you can see that where it goes all the way through. And on the bottom, that's where that pin goes through. So you set your barrel up there. Line up your pin through your hole, and you just push down, snaps it back on, you're good to go. Okay. So we're going to take it back apart here to do our cleaning. Just pops off. You gotta love that, right? Just easy peasy there. Okay, pull that out. Now, what I do is I take my rim oil. This is a pump spray, and you can use that. You can use the other one. It doesn't really matter. This one kind of, if you don't get it right in there, it kind of makes a little bit of a mess there. But then you can just wipe off the excess there. Kind of makes a mess there a little bit. It's easier when the barrel comes off there, but you can also use the dropper type rim oil. That's a little easier there. Doesn't quite make the mess there that the other does. And what I'll do is I'll take a Q-tip, and you can just go around all that. What I'll do is I'll put some on the Q-tip as well. And you just go around through all of it. And I just do a little bit of the slide, the inside there, just to where the bolt slides up and down there. And gets it good and clean in there. Alright, and then what I do is I take our trusty bore snake here, and I'll run that down through the barrel a couple of times just to and you pull that through, and I'll run it through again. We took this guy to the range. That's why we're going to do the cleaning video here. We took this guy to the range earlier, so we got the range video of it showing the first shooting of the gun. And I put about 100 rounds through it at the range today, and I mean, just flawless. Not a misfire, misfeed, nothing. Just a perfect run. Okay. So once you get everything, you just kind of put a little bit of stuff around where this, basically any other where the moving parts are, you know. And then they go inside the bolt. Clean your bolt face and the firing pin and all that is. The ejector. And you can just, I'll just lube up the whole side of the thing because it does. Now you have your roll pin right here. You can see that little pin right there. That's for your firing pin if you need to remove it. Okay. Now we've got that cleaned, we can put our bolt, oops, forgetting our recoil spring with them, don't forget that. And what I'll do is I'll wipe that down a little bit. Put some bit of oil on that. And we'll put our bolt back in. This piece sits in there like that. It's kind of a half circle or half moon in there. Sits in there flat, and then this piece just kind of pull back. It must go sideways a little bit for some reason there. I don't know. Okay, so you just kind of pull back on it. It'll push down. There's a little ledge there. This ledge that it sits on. Okay. Then you can adjust that up to get it kind of centered there a little bit. Make sure that's pushed down all the way. All right, then we're good to go. And we'll put our bolt back in. And then we'll do our cleaning on our lower part here. Obviously there's not a whole lot in here. You got your hammer face, you got where your trigger bar safety and all that is. Your trigger bar. You can see that where video's getting glitchy there, where it moves the trigger bar. And I just clean all the little crevices there and the guide pin and all this. You could, if you wanted to, you could drop the hammer, you clean down in behind it. To do that, you'd have to put the magazine back in the gun, but then you want to make sure that it's cocked back before you go to reassemble it. Okay, so we got it pretty much lubed up there. Alright, so let me just put our barrel back on the side part. And there you have it. It doesn't get much easier than that. And like I said, it does beat the heck out of the old Mark 1 and 2s and the 3s that are just a serious pain to get apart. And I'll just clean out the front of it a little bit where it gets a little black in there sometimes. And the gun does come blackened in a little bit. And what I did was I just took some, well, you can see that there, it says Ruger Mark IV. It's kind of backwards because of the mirror image. But what I do is I take a little white fingernail polish, put it in there, and then I'll take a little credit card and just scrape it to get the excess off. And I'll take a Kleenex with some the non-acetone fingernail polish remover. You don't want to use the acetone because it will remove your bluing. So you get the one that's acetone free, and then you just wipe off all the excess, and it leaves a nice little lettering on there. We did that and did the serial number as well. So that's a little way that you can kind of accent your gun. Also the sights. I did put a little white on the rear sight and the front tip, a little white on the front tip, just to make it a little more visible to see. We do have some other grips ordered for this, and we've got, if you can see up here, there's 3 screw holes right here that have just some thread holders in there, little Allen head set screws in there. Just hold that. You remove them out, and you can put a rail right there where you can mount your optics. So this is a really nice feature for that. It's got a lot of, got your, the reason why I got the colors of 2245 is it's patterned after the 1911s. Got the same, the safety, slide release, mag release, same grip angle, and then what we do is we take our magazine. I just clean the face of these off because they get a little black from that. And you can pull it down, clean the insides a little bit, and then I just wipe them off really good. It's just to keep any of the powder residue off of it and everything, just to keep it free of dirt and all that. All right, now we're good to go, right? This is your Ruger Mark IV 2245. It's a great shooting little gun. It's a fun gun to shoot. Like I said, these were around, well, they used to be around $350. They're a little bit more now. They're around $400 now. And it does come with 2 magazines. They're 10-round magazines that come with them. And the magazines for these things are readily available and cheap. They're about $20 a piece, where some of these magazines are upwards of $35 for some of these guns. So, and it's really accurate. I'll put in a picture of the first range shoot there with it, and I highly recommend these guns. They're really good gun. All the Ruger Mark series are really good guns, but the Mark IV has the 1-button takedown. And if any of you have ever had any of the Ruger Mark series, or the earlier series there, you know how much of a pain they are to try to take down and clean. So this is a vast improvement on that. Okay, it's got a really good, not a great trigger. It's about 6-pound trigger. They do make trigger kits that you can buy for these things to improve your trigger and stuff. And there's just like the Glocks, there's just a ton of accessories available for these guys because they've just been around for so long. On your sight, it's a flat blade sight on the front. It is adjustable. You got your elevation adjustment here. You got a windage adjustment on the side. Like I said, they got the holes here for the rail that you can put on there to add your accessories and stuff, and it's just a really good versatile gun. Alright guys, that's our Ruger Mark IV. Thanks for watching. I'm shooting for fun. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.